My name is Courtney Bridget Jr. I'm a firefighter with the Fairfax County Fire and Rescue Department. I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, two-parent household. Had one younger sister. Grew up playing outside, scraping my knees, scraping my elbows, falling down, having fun. Sports is what carried me. The sports I played initially was t-ball. That didn't work out well. But boxing and football were the two sports that really took hold of me. And then football was something that initially I didn't find success in that. Why? Because I was playing with kids that were 2 and 3 years older than me. But once I was able to settle in and start playing with kids my age, my confidence started to grow, and football took off from there. So around the age of 14, which was around the transition to high school for me, I decided to do football full time. Prior to that, Pot 1 football from the age of 5 on up. Started at the Garville Gators, made my way to Parkville Patriots. Between those two teams, won 2 championships. Played every position in the book. Learned the game the right way, learned the fundamentals that carried me on later in my career. From Pot 1 league, I went and played for the Dunbar Poets, Paul Lawrence Dunbar in Baltimore City. 3-time state champion. Played with the best of the best in terms of football players in the city. I was ranked the top 150 in the country in my class. From high school, I went and played at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, UNLV Rebels, got a full athletic and academic scholarship there. I stayed there for 2 years, redshirted my first year, my redshirt freshman year. I initially tore 3 ligaments in my shoulder, so I had surgery there and had to sit out the year. Post that, I found out I was having a kid back home, so I transferred to Hampton University. So I spent the last 3 years of my career at Hampton University. Played football there, obviously, got my academic and athletic things there, done well there. Post my collegiate career, I had an opportunity to go play for the Washington football team. My rookie year, we were having a joint practice with the New England Patriots, and I was running down on a special team drill, kickoff, and I went to evade a blocker, and I raised my right arm, and immediately once I raised my arm went numb and it fell to the side, and I had no feeling and no sensation and no control over my right arm. It was just a lump at that point. So I immediately knew something was wrong. Previously, I had shoulder surgery on the left shoulder, which I injured in college, and I did the exact same feeling I felt in my left, I felt in my right. So I knew exactly what injury I had sustained. Tore my labrum, 360-degree tear, and my shoulder was completely done. I tried to bounce back my second year. After my injury, and once I came to grips that my football career was probably coming to an end, I had to go on with my life. So I had to figure out what it is that I wanted to do in terms of falling back on my degree, which was kinesiology, or going in a completely separate way. Being as though I played football for the first 20 years of my life at that point, I didn't know what to do. I was stuck. My lifelong dream was shattered. I mean, you work this hard to go to a place that not many people go to have it abruptly end in 2 years is, for me, it was like I was crushed, man. It crushed me. Luckily, I got a great support system, my wife, my parents. So from there, I actually moved back down to Hampton. My fiance at the time was living down there, so I moved down there and got into a gym, got into a box gym, Crunch Fitness. So obviously I leaned more towards my degree, and I was able to help people. I think that was the first step in me realizing that this could be a career. I was helping people. I was helping people who, trying to get their life back on track through fitness. That was a passion of mine, and anything that I'm passionate in, you can see it in me. So I discovered the fire service through a client. One of my clients at the gym that I was working at was a captain, and the crazy part about the story is she wasn't supposed to be my client. It just so happened that I was on shift that day and they needed someone to fill in, and I filled in, and she liked the way that I worked her out. She liked, my energy, my enthusiasm. She liked the way I treated people. So from that moment on, she requested me as her trainer, and as we started, on her fitness journey, we actually became great friends. She put the bug in my ear. She said, what do you want to do after this? And I was, after that, I'm like, this is it. And she said, there's more out there, and that got me thinking. And I applied, and with her help, I got hired by the Newport News Fire Department, and was there for a year, and then obviously made my way here to Fairfax. Something I had never experienced before. So that is what drew me to the fire service. Obviously the physicality part, getting up and down in the truck, to going to help people on that worst day of their lives. That's an adrenaline rush for me. When I hear these tones drop, it's like the whistle blowing right before the kickoff of a football game. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. And I think that's the beauty of this service, is every day is a different day. So I knew the fire service was for me. The moment I stepped into the academy, it was, we first thing we did, we started off with PT. That was something that that I was accustomed to, was working out. Obviously being an athlete. So, obviously the physical part was a big draw for me. Coming from playing that's the sport that I played. Physicality is all I know. And then, from setting that aside, it was more so, the compassion part, the empathy, going out and helping people. There's no other feeling than going out and helping someone on the worst day of their lives and knowing that you had a hand in changing that around. It's a great feeling. I got goosebumps just talking about it. And I think probably the most important part for me was the group environment. So at the end of the day, we're family. But just being around the guys, the girls, developing that relationship with them, knowing that I can count on them with my life on the line, and they can do the same. And there's no other feeling than going into a fire with your brother or your sister behind you, knowing that they got your back and knowing that you have theirs. It's the best job in the world. I'm not the only one you'll hear that from in terms of being in the fire service. It really is. I mean, where else do you get to go out and help people? I mean, if that's something that you genuinely like to do, helping people, then this is the job for you. Where else do you get to go and into a fire and fight fire with the people that you work with, that you hang out with every day? That's exciting to me. I like living my life on the edge. That's just something that drew me into the fire service. If you like structure, if you like a career, this is not a job. I tell anyone I come in contact with, this is a career. This is, one thing I know about the fire service, we're always going to be in business. It's a career, and you meet some of the best people in the world from all walks of life. And I genuinely have fun every day. I come here and it's something different that I'm doing every day. There's no call like the previous one. Now I'm in what I consider my new football, the fire service.